Hi children, welcome to 3rd standard English 2 Unit 11. Timmy's visit to Heaven's Park. Okay. Read and enjoy. Timmy was a good boy. One day the fairy godmother appeared before him to reward him for his goodness. She took him for a visit to Heaven's Park. She told him that he was allowed 2 hours in the park. Timmy entered the park was surprised to be welcomed by trees as they showered flowers on him. Shower means what, children? Fall of anything in large number or quantity. Okay. Shower means the fall of anything in large number or quantity. The little worm stopped to wish him good day. He was careful not to step on any of these rocks. Okay. Timmy was a good boy. One day the fairy godmother appeared before him to reward him for his goodness. She took him for a visit. Who is he, children? He is Timmy. Okay, Timmy was a good boy. One day the fairy godmother appeared before him to reward him for his goodness. Okay, she took him for a visit to Heaven's Park. This is only Heaven's Park. Okay, children. She told him that he was allowed 2 hours in the park. She told him that he was allowed 2 hours in the park. Timmy entered the park and was surprised to be welcomed by trees as they showered flowers on him. Okay. So, shower means what, children? Fall of anything in large number or quantity. Shower means fall of anything in large number or quantity. So the little worm stopped to wish him good day. He was careful not to step on any of these worms. Next he saw 2 butterflies which while flying accidentally had collided with each other and fell down. Collided means what, children? Move towards each other and hit each other. Okay, move towards each other and hit each other. Collided with each other and fell down. Timmy thought that both the butterflies were careless and impatient. Timmy thought that both the butterflies were careless and impatient. Still, being a good boy, picked them up and helped them fly. Both of them seemed uninterested to thank him, but Timmy did not mind. Okay. As he was roaming about, he saw a wonderful thing. He saw names written on leaves. He saw names written on leaves of trees and plants. He was unsure about the writer of these names. Okay, he was unsure about the writer of these names. He was wondering when he saw a bird perching on a branch and was busy writing its name on one of the leaves with his beak. So perching means what, children? To settle or rest. Perching means what, children? To settle or rest. As Timmy was looking with surprise, the tree nodded and said, nodded means like this, taking to bow in a short movement, especially in agreement, like this. Okay, to bow in a short movement, especially in argument. These are the names of all the birds I have given shelter to. Every day God comes and counts the names and rewards all the trees accordingly. Before Timmy had time for anything more, the fairy godmother appeared to take him back to his home. He was unhappy with the idea of leaving the park, but he agreed and in a few seconds he was back home. Okay. So as he was roaming about, he saw a wonderful thing. He saw names written on leaves of trees and plants. Okay. See, names are written in trees and plants. Okay. Leaves written on leaves of trees and plants. He was unsure about the writer of these names. He was wondering when he saw a bird perching. Perching means to settle or rest. on a branch and was busy writing its name on one of the leaves with its beak. As Timmy was looking with surprise, the tree nodded and said, "These are the," nodded means what? To bow in a short movement, especially in agreement. Nodded and said, "These are the names of all the birds I have given shelter to." Every day God comes and counts the names and records all the trees accordingly. Before Timmy had time for something, Timmy had time for anything more. The fairy godmother appeared to take him back to his home. He was unhappy with the idea of leaving the park, but he agreed, and in a few seconds he was back home. Okay. Next quiz time, okay children. The fairy godmother has some words flashing out of her magical wand. Fill in an appropriate word in each blank. Okay, the fairy godmother has some words flashing out of her magical wand. Fill in an appropriate word in each blank. Okay, Timmy had a dash time in the park. Timmy had a wonderful. Timmy had a wonderful time in the park. He saved two butterflies colliding with each other. Timmy helped them, but both of them were thankless. Okay. Both of them were thankless. Timmy felt very dashed to leave the park, but he was a good boy, so he went home. Timmy felt very unhappy. Okay, unhappy to leave the park, but he was a good boy, so he happily went home. Okay, so Timmy had a wonderful time in the park. He saved two butterfly colliding with each other. Timmy helped them, but both of them were thankless. Timmy felt very unhappy to leave the park, but he was a good boy, so he happily